Wanted to take a few minutes to go over this clock. There's three functions with the main control: on, off, auto. There's the alarm. So you pull it out to turn the alarm on and to set it as well. When you turn this, it moves this dial, I believe. Let me get a little screwdriver. It's hard to turn by hand, but yeah, it turns that dial. So I don't know if you can read those numbers or not, but let's set it for, well, it's like right on 11 almost. Yeah, it's just a little bit. Let's make it perfect to 11. Oh, wrong way. Okay, so it's set to 11. It's set to 11. So when you pull that out, it moves this gear. It moves this gear into mesh with that gear. And if you also notice, this gear into mesh with that gear. And if you also notice, it moves this tab. And there's the alarm buzzer, I believe. So we'll turn that off for now. But how that works, when this comes out, there's a cam. There's a cam right here, and it's got a little notch cut in it. I'm trying to get it where you can see it. It's got a little notch cut in it. It's got a little notch cut in it, so when the time comes around, let's engage. Yeah, the alarm is on. So as it comes around, this will fall down into there. Okay, we're coming around. There's 10. Coming up onto 11. There, it just fell in. That turns the alarm on. Bzzz, until you push this in, which moves that back up out of the way. And you can kind of see the... Not sure if you can see it that well, but there's a little notch right here in this wheel, cam, whatever you want to call it. So there's a second cam on the same shaft right here, and it's these two. They're both aligned. Let's see if I can, when I run the clock, I'll get that, the forward one where you can see it. Yeah. Okay. There they both are. Right here. God, it's just, you can't get in there with the camera to see this, can you? Everything's in the frickin' way. Yeah, there's the slots. And that one and this one both. Okay, now this forward one runs on this arm right here. This arm here. It runs on that arm. You see that arm goes across. Goes across over to here. So we turn this around. That's the automatic. That's the automatic position. So when you put it up into automatic, and the the points for the switch are staged to close when the time comes around to 11 o'clock. I'm going to try and get that in there if I can. So I got to go all the way back around to 11 o'clock. And it'll make a slight tink noise, and those contacts will close. close my... Did I pass it? Yeah, I must have passed it. It happened and I didn't know it. Sometimes I just gotta doubt myself. So we'll reset it. So the end of the tab is bent at an angle. So once it goes past, once it's down in the cam and nobody's there to turn the switch to the off position, it goes to the side of the cam and it just stays on until somebody turns it off. So I'm not... Okay, so there's the auto position. Auto. The points are open. I don't know if you can see it very well. The points are open. And we run this around. The alarm is set at 11 o'clock, so we'll bring it around to 10:30, 10:45, and I'll try and get those points back into the picture. There. Points closed. The points are closed. The arm is down in the gear. The arm is down in the cam hole, in the slot in the cam. And the radio is on if it was plugged in. Okay. So we'll turn that off. So it's in the off position now. So the on position obviously just closes the contacts. Contacts are closed. Radio's on. So we turn it to the off position. There's this other arm right here. This other arm right here. And that's connected to this cam. That cam is the delay. The delay is a delay off. So it's a sleep timer. So you can set this. I'm not sure how long it lasts, but there's there's two gears here stacked next to each other with this spring tension. Spring tension right here pushes the two gears, meshes the two gears together. God, why can't I do this? The two gears together, right, in a friction setup, like a friction clutch. So when you engage, turn this knob, right, to set the delay, it slips. That gear slips. So now the contacts are closed for the radio, because this arm pulled this down. No longer touching this cam here. This arm pulled this down off of this. Now there's space in between this cam and the arm that moves the switch. So as we move time forward, we run time forward, you can see that. So it's getting ready to fall out of there, and if you watch right here, you'll see that arm pop up and the contacts close. There. Radio just turned off. So that's pretty much how that works. And I think I'll get the radio over here, we'll plug it in and we'll see it in action. Okay, I got the radio back over on the bench. The clock plugs into the chassis right here at this connector. This connector and this connector. Just plug right in. So now the clock is plugged in to the radio. Let's see if we can get all of this into perspective here. Let's go ahead and turn the radio on. The clock is now running. I got power to the radio. Why is the radio on? Oh, the timer? Yep, the timer's engaged. Okay. So this has got to kind of be on here to give me some space with the for the radio, or for that cam on the bottom down there. And I probably can't do this anymore because I took the standoffs and glued them to the inside of the I really don't feel comfortable holding that, but I guess I got to do what I got to do. So I guess the best way about this, get that out of the way completely. Freaking thing. Come on, get over here where I can work with you. Okay, I'm gonna get electrocuted yet. This is really starting to frustrate me. I'll just put it on its side. How's that? I'll just run it on its side. What the fuck? Man, I'm getting frustrated. Okay, so let's turn this stupid thing on. No, let's do the timer. So we'll set a delay. Sometimes it runs the clock. That friction doesn't work exactly right. I'm gonna have to lube something up in there. I've noticed several times when I've turned that it's ran the clock backwards. See how it wants to turn the clock? I can feel a little. So the radio's warmed up. It was receiving. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. It was receiving the last time I had this on.
Sure, he's still a great looking Baron, don't get me wrong. But I do think that I signed Tom Brady. I'm probably 2 games better than I was last year.
It's a very
so you can really tell when I grip that.
For Jameis with the 30 picks, the most of the NFL seen in 31 years. Arians stood up at a podium and
it could really, right? Nothing.
Down our turnovers
everything.
By 20. And most coaches say like 3 or 4. If we can cut down our turnovers by 20, we're going to be exactly where we need to be.
That is really loud.
And I think that's going to happen. Coming up top of the hour here on ESPN Radio, the Dolphins have 3 first-round picks. So what are they going to do with them? And is one of them going to be...
All right, well, I ain't going to run this for 10 freaking minutes. So I'm just going to run the clock ahead by hand. And you'll see that cam pop out the side here. There. Turned off the radio. Cam popped out. Turned off the radio. So if we go to auto, we're at midnight. Let's run it around. So there's 10:45. Let's set it to auto. So now when it reaches 11 o'clock, because the alarm is set at 11 o'clock, we'll run it ahead a little bit. The radio will come on. It's got to warm up some. There. The light just came on. The radio's warming up right now. You see the lights on? Radio's starting to make noise. I gotta put my stupid hand on the antenna. Still warming up, apparently. I think it's pretty neat that there's that they, in the 50s, 53, the model number is a 53702. That is the year it was made, 53. I think it's amazing that they had an alarm clock, a clock radio that has this many features built into it. I don't know clock radios that well, but this is pretty cool that they had this in the 50s, that it would automatically turn on to wake you up. You could listen to the news in the morning when you woke up. Because they didn't have traffic back then. Nobody cared about traffic. So we'll turn that off. Okay, so it's off. We'll run it ahead. All right, so there's 8 o'clock. It's time to go to bed. Let's set the alarm. The alarm is set. So we're gonna make time run fast. There's the alarm. Stays on for a long time. For almost an hour, just about an hour. That would be annoying if you left it, right? And somebody was in another room or something, or somebody was sleeping on the other side of the bed and didn't know the alarm was on. Or in another, I don't know. It's just annoying. That is an annoying alarm. Annoying. Did I say annoying? Yeah, annoying. I would smash this thing. So, there's the clock in conjunction with how the radio works.